Hello guys, I'm Mechanic Bright. This one is 2021 F150 radio. Truck is no start mostly, and then sometimes barely starting, but it's no power. Once the moving slightly, it shut it off, and then mostly no start. I even tried my day, and then I got the code after using the scan tool, and then pure control module circuit. Code present in PCM, one of SSM, kind of TSB, checking pure pump drive module pin and losting, and then pull the pin and then ground point. I look at all of the pins, nothing problem. It's no spread, no pulled out, and then even a ground point a little bit losting, and I clean up all of the ground point. We tighten the ground point, and I put back the pure pump drive module. Even doesn't start. So I move to the next step. Check voltage power connector 4336 pure pump control module pin 1. Once the ignition key on position, relay voltage power to the relay to end fuse, and is supplied to pure pump control module pin 1. I disconnect this pure pump control module, and then I hook up the test lamp and my load test, this one, and the pin 1 and the ground pin 4 is nothing light on, no voltage power present. That means something wire is broken. So I'm chasing the wire power supply, and then I check fuse power battery junction box number 4 is okay. It's nothing problem. That means inside this relay is good. And the next C1591 middle of a connector, and the pin 9 is from the junction box and from the fuse number 4. And I check if the pin number 9 is test light on. That means from the fuse to the wire is here, is nothing problem. I confirm the fuse port through the C1591 is wire is good. And then next rest of wire is located beside the frame and back to the behind the fuel tank, and then fuel control module. So I'm remove the driver's side wheel and the fender shield, and then access this C1591 connector. I already checked the number pin 9 at the top of the engine area, and then I remove fender shield, and then rest of wire I check it. So wire goes down by the frame, and then out to the side of the frame, and then much further behind the fuel tank. Look at that. This wire goes through the behind fuel tank. It's so much hard to look at the behind the fuel tank. But now it's pin 1, even no power supply, and I checking continuity and resistance pin 1 to this connector 1591. And first I look at this over 500 mega ohm. That means something lost in open spot, and then too much high starting pressure. And then I wiggling and pulling wire, and the lead test is still over 200 mega ohm. Then something wire still high resistance present. Connector C1591 to the pure pump control module C4336. And then I wiggling and lead test, and it's kind of sucking and fluctuating. And then find this wire go to the back of the pure pump control module, and then even I look at that. So I look at that inspection front portion of the some of the spot, and then I couldn't find any rusting and open spot. And then now pin 1, you guys see that test light goes through the middle connector is no resistor. That means open circuit. Now it's showing the solid open circuit, and then I go check, and then this is middle connector, and then I portion of the front of the body frame, and then going to 1 ohm. That means this middle connector to the portion of the middle frame wire is good. That is probably the lasting open part behind the fuel tank. So look at that wire diagram, and then middle connector and then fuel tank with something open spot. Now this is I already told you so behind the fuel tank is so hard to get in it, and no inspection, no choice. I needed to drop the fuel tank and then inspect the whole wire behind the harness. So I remove fuel tank, and then remove first rear drive shaft, and then support the transmission heavy duty transmission jack, and then like this you guys support fuel tank, and then remove fuel tank strap both sides, and then roll the fuel tank 2 inches around, and then you guys access the fuel filler tube connector clamp is so much sucks. This 7mm socket is harder to get in the socket. Anyway, I lose the connector and disconnected electric connector and a pure line and a pure pump and vapor, and the front side a pure supply line, and then also pure vapor line canister purge valve. And then this is harder to disconnect because last dust and dirt covered. You guys should spread silicone lubricate, and much easier to get out of the connector. And then this side frame between separate the pure tube, and then lower the pure tank is finally. And then now you guys see that I whole inspect the front portion of the wire, and then even if the inside, look at that. I explained it again, and then connector C1591, and this wire fuel tank controlled by the supply. I remove fuel tank, wire go down behind the fuel tank. Look at that, I open the insulator right here, and then inspect the front lasting sprout. That is the lasting and a broken wire, and then intermittently touching, and sometimes start, but it's mostly doesn't start because the high resistance present, and it doesn't work in the pure pump drive module. So look at that. I take a picture, and then lasting and open part, and then I fix the wire, same size gauge wire in a shop supply, and then I soldering, and then I wrap up the wire or put the back to the insulation, and then the truck is starting fine. Oh, it took 5 hours. I'm explaining the tip of the drop the fuel tank. There are once the last of dirt, and you guys blow out dirt for the removing, and then put the back to all the connection, and then even top of the fuel pillar, so much tight. You guys see that, and I connect to the front portion of the connector, the fuel, and then I connector and the turning around the outside much easier tighten the filler tube. Thank you for watching.